How's this frame?
Stop appropriating culture.
I think it looks pretty good. Appropriating culture.
Yeah, you're throwing up gang signs everywhere.
I need to get scissors.
It's gonna take you like 15 minutes to find them.
Oh, really? I know where they are.
Yeah, do you, buddy?
You thought your boy was lying?
This person.
Did you think your boy was lying?
Buddy.
Did you think I was telling a fib? Okay, is this straight? Boom! That was way easier than this. Display. Step up your game. Just kidding. That was pretty cool, and it's an awesome piece of art. And please sponsor me. Okay, time to take you out of here. Say goodbye to the vid.
Goodbye, vid.
That's all you get of me.
Your little bun.
Yeah.
All right, come on, let's go. First things first, let me address the elephant in the room. No, this is not a do-rag. I'm not trying to appropriate culture. I am simply wearing a pirate hat. I bought some headband things because I saw them on Survivor and I thought they were cool. And with them came instructions to make it into a pirate hat. So I've been doing that recently. Also, I'm completely sunburnt because I was playing basketball with my friend today. And I live in Florida, so that's just kind of what happens when we play basketball outside. Getting into the actual topic of the video today, 2K, I don't know how long ago it was that they did this, but they did their yearly thing where they come out and they're like,
We understand, we heard you. Last year's game was trash, but this one, it'll actually be good this time, we promise.
But it got me thinking about how 2K has kind of been trash for a long time. Not kind of, it's been trash for a long time. And you hear a lot of the same things over and over again about why it's trash. And I feel like I have kind of an interesting take on it that I feel like I've heard people kind of talk a little bit about it, but I've never really heard somebody put all the pieces together in one solid video. So I feel like I wanted to do that. So a lot of us think, biggest problems with 2K. The servers suck. The community is incredibly toxic. The gameplay is super slow and not fun. But for me personally, my biggest problem with 2K is the city. So ever since 2K14, we've had the park, right? And 2K14, it was a pretty revolutionary idea. It was pretty exciting at the time. And for a few years, it was pretty fun. And there were things that were annoying about it, but we were willing to overlook them because it was fun and it was unique and it was new. And then something awful happened. In 2K18, they came up with this idea of having a whole city. We all thought it was going to be just the next evolution of the park. We thought, well, we had the park, and then now we have the park plus extras. It should be the park but better, right? Little did we know the city would be broken, boring, and not fun. Since then, we've always got a city, and while they have gotten better sometimes, the problems with the city have stuck around, and a lot of the major problems that I have with the city at least have never fully been addressed or even been acknowledged. I'm sure a lot of you watching are confused because you probably like the city and you think it's a cool, interesting idea. And the thought of having a big city with all of these My Players in it sounds fun to you and sounds like it could be a good idea. And I agree with you that it could be a good idea if it was different. But the way they're doing it right now, it's always going to be something that's more annoying than functional or fun. Sorry, my cat's scratching the couch. While the concept of an open world is fun, and there are a lot of really fun open worlds out there, obviously, you don't play 2K to play an open world RPG. You're playing 2K to play basketball. Anything that comes between me starting up the game and me being in a game of basketball in the game mode that I want to be in is incredibly frustrating and annoying. Think about all the bullshit that you have to go through to get to a rec center game. First, you start the game. You wait for a loading screen for the actual game to start. Then, you select My Career, and you select your player. Now you wait for that to load. Now that it's loaded, now you select you want to go to the city, and now you wait for that to load. Now that you're in the city, you have to wait even longer because even though you're in the city, it's not fully loaded. Then you ride your skateboard for what feels like forever, all the way across the map until you get to the rec center building. You step into the building, wait for that loading screen, and then now you're inside of a building where you have to go through another door for some reason, and then now you have to wait for teammates. And as you know, this is sometimes the most frustrating part of the process, as people will join and leave and join and leave, especially if you're playing by yourself. God help you if you're trying to play with your friends. Now you have to wait for you all to get into the same city, which for some reason never works. And then you have to wait for a teammate because you need one specific position to play with you, and nobody plays that position. So you have to wait there for what seems like forever for somebody to finally join you, and he sucks, but you're like, whatever, I just want to play a game. So you get in the game, and he's horrible, and he throws, and he quits immediately, so you're playing with a bot on your team the entire game. Now, obviously, I have my problems with the rec, but I feel like I have almost more problems with the park. First and foremost, if you're under a 95 overall, don't even think about trying to play park. Don't even try. Just play my career and maybe the rec, because sometimes there's matchmaking, I think. I don't know. Sometimes it seems like there is, sometimes it seems like there's not, because the game dodging is just insane in the park, and it makes the game completely inaccessible to new players. And in a sports game, you really want it to be accessible to new players. And you may be thinking,
of course I'm going to dodge a game with a 65 overall. I'm not going to play with a 65 overall. He's going to be garbage and we're going to lose.
And yes, you're completely correct. The problem is you shouldn't have to devote so much time to grinding your player to even just be okay enough that people will consider playing with you, to even just be able to play park. Okay, so you actually did grind your player for 20 to 30 hours and you got to 90 overall. Congratulations, now you can play park. Here's your reward for grinding for that amount of time. You get to look around and try to find the right court with competition that's around your level, teammates that are around your level or higher, and a game that's either about to start or about to end, or an empty court. And sometimes this just doesn't happen. And what do you have to do? You have to just find an open spot and sit and watch an entire game play through from the beginning that you have no investment in and don't want to watch. You just want to play the game, but you have to sit and watch an entire game play through from start to end, waiting for your opportunity to finally play. Can you imagine playing Call of Duty and you pick the free-for-all playlist, and it takes you to a lobby where a game has already started, and it just makes you watch the entire game from start to finish, rather than putting you in a lobby that's a game is about to start, and you have to just watch other people play free-for-all for an entire round? That would be pretty frustrating, wouldn't it? But it's okay if it's 2K, because in real life, you have to wait for courts, so it's okay because it's 2K. Gotta make sure that we stick enough ads in front of our players so that we can make $1 billion from this game.
How am I going to make the payment on my yacht this month if I can't stick a Reese's advertisement in front of the player every 5 minutes?
And the most annoying thing is that the solution is so simple. It's so simple that every other online multiplayer game has gotten it right for like 20 years. Just let my friends join a party and then just let us matchmake straight from that party, from a menu. No joining and rejoining, because joining doesn't work the first time. Imagine how great that would be. You want to play threes, so 2 of your friends join you, and they just join straight into your party, and you're able to select, I want to play threes, and from that menu you can all select your builds, and between games you can change your builds without having to quit out to the main menu and reload in on a new player and try to rejoin every single time that you want to switch characters. You could just switch right from a menu. Oh, and 2 more of your friends just got online? Well, they can just join right onto your party, and then now you have 5 people, and you can select the 5s playlist. And even though there's 5 of you, it's easy to coordinate your builds and pick the best ones, because right from that menu you can just pick your builds and switch them around and mix and match and come up with the best combination for your specific squad. That would just make the game so much better if 3/4 of the time wasn't spent trying to get into a game. If 90% of the time that I was playing 2K, I was playing basketball, that would make the experience just so much better. And I think a lot of you would agree with me on that. Do I think that there's hope that 2K might eventually get rid of the city? Well, they did just announce that the city is like bigger and better or whatever this year, and there's more NPCs in the city or whatever that's supposed to make it feel more lively. But I do think that there's hope that one day maybe they will get rid of the city, especially since they just announced that there's not going to be like a story this year for my career. I think that's a huge step forward. Now we don't have to skip cutscenes between games. We can just get to the next game and have fun playing basketball. So leave your thoughts in the comments on what you think. Do you think the city sucks? Do you like the city? Do you think 2K would ever get rid of the city? Or do you think that they're too worried about making money from these billboards and advertisements to ever stop doing it? Any thoughts? Leave them in the comments below. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.